Namaste, all. My name is Tammy. Welcome to our class. And we'll begin our class lying on the ground on our back. So in supine, we come into our first pose. And this pose is the grounding pose. So feeling grounding to help our whole physical body, our mind be calm. So we're settling into the ground here. You may have your knees bent or your legs are going to be straight. So what would you like to do now? Just kind of feeling how your body is situated. Let's come to our breath. And now you may inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth for a few breaths. And exhaling through the mouth, just releasing adrenaline. And then you can start the nasal breathing. Nasal breathing, the Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And I want you to feel how your breath comes into the back of the throat as if you're breathing into a straw. With that exhale breath, we let our body settle in towards the ground. Now you may place your hands onto your belly so you can feel how your belly rises and falls. And with your inhale and exhale breath, we notice our body starts to slow. We turn inward. We open up into our armpits. The sides of the body. Breathing up, breathing down, breathing out. How nice to be able to be in stillness. Take a few minutes for ourselves to help us quiet the mind and our physical body. Continuing on this path of feeling grounded. If your legs are straight, bend one knee and then the other knee. So our feet are flat down to the ground. And just feeling the earth below you, below your feet. And we want to, again, just let the pelvis settle in towards the ground. We place our palms down beside the body and just bring your arms out just a little bit further away. And now Ujjayi breath again when we lift our pelvis up towards the sky. Draw your navel in towards your spine, and we inhale, we draw our pelvis up towards the sky, always looking up as we move through a flowing movement for our shoulder bridge. Continue to look up towards the sky with the inhale breath, lift your pelvis up, and then the exhale breath, we draw the pelvis down. We draw our knees away from our hips as we lift them up into the sky. And then the exhale breath, we draw down. And we hear our breath now. Now I'd love to hear your breath. So imagine that you are breathing nice and loud so that I would be able to hear you and how strong you are. That inhale breath to help with your length, the strength, the support for your spine, the exhale breath, release but still strong. We move through this flowing movement one more time. Really hold down. And crossing the right ankle over top of the left knee, wrap your hands around the left knee. And we hold here. And for figure four, if it doesn't work for you for having your foot lifted, you can keep it down to the ground too. So then just feeling that grounding. You may flex both feet. You can have your shin parallel to the ground. Now drawing the left knee in towards the chest a little bit more, we can place our right hand onto the inside of the right knee and gently press the knee away to open up through our pelvis a little bit more into the right side of the hip. Now with the exhale breath, we slowly release the foot down and uncross the ankle and into the other side. Cross the left ankle over top the right knee. You may hold here, wrap your hands around the right leg for figure four on this side. Now notice how your knees feel. And what are we doing with our right shin? We can have it parallel to the ground, flexing both of the feet. You may gently press into the inside of the left knee and press the knee away so you can open up a little bit more into the left side. Hear your breath again. Let your pelvis settle into the ground. Let the earth soften and absorb. The nasal breathing again, you dry a breath. Now with the exhale breath, we release our foot down to the ground. And we take one knee and then the other knee in towards your chest. We give ourselves a squeeze in here. And then now bring your legs up the wall and point, flex the feet. A nice strong push right through the heels and move right through the toes. Push the heels up a little bit more. We're going to get into the back of the hamstrings, into the calves. Now we bend through the knees, float one foot down and then the other foot down. Okay, back into figure four, crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee. Now, you may hold that foot back onto the ground and then continue to hold figure four. We're adding a twist to figure four. So this figure four, I'm just going to scooch down a little bit so that you can see me. We bring our legs up and over to the left side. Now, hold on to the right ankle. Now, my knee is going to want to come down. I'm going to draw the knee up towards the sky. So point it up towards the sky. See if that works for you. Doing what works for you. Of course, if it hurts, that's never good. So, drawing the foot in towards the waist side of the body. Now I can bring my right arm out in line with my shoulder and turn my head the opposite way of my right knee. Notice where you feel this twist along the right side of our body. Now coming out of the twist, taking your head back towards the center. And we take our legs back towards the center and crossing the right ankle. We move into the other side, so crossing the left ankle over top of the right knee. Figure four. Remember, you can have your foot still down and then just hold that one too. Now, you may come into the twist with me. We take those legs up and over towards the right side. We hold onto the left ankle with our right wrist and draw the heel in towards the waist. Now, encourage the knee to go up towards the sky. Take your left arm in line with your shoulder. Turn your head the opposite way of the left knee. And come back to your breath. Inhaling into areas, those tighter areas, and then exhale breath. You just want to start to release, let go, let your body again settle into the earth and you feel supported. Okay, coming out of the twist, turning our head back to the center. And now the legs coming back towards the center. One knee and then the other knee, bringing it into the chest, back to our cradle, and just feel that softness. Your knees can splay open to the sides a little bit. And once we open up through our knees a little bit more, then your hips can settle into the ground. Taking both of those legs back up, or legs up the wall, we point and flex the feet. And now back to those knees into the chest, and then we take one foot and then the other foot down towards the ground. We take our feet wider than the hips, and then we have the windshield wiper of our knees side to side. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders, and then windshield wiper, knees side to side. Turning your head the opposite way of the knees, seeing if that works for you too. Now this may be a big opening into the shoulders, so we take care. Bringing the head back to the center. And we step one foot and then the other foot in towards the chest. Take the right knee into the chest. We extend the left leg straight down on the ground. Okay, nice to have this knee tucked in. Seeing if that works for you. You can hold on the top of the knee. You can hold into the knee pit. Now we lift up the left leg off the floor, about an inch or two, just letting it cover. Keeping an active foot. So left toes up towards the sky, give me that point. Would you like to have your right toes pointing up to the sky now too? You may notice that your inner thighs, that they're starting, the left inner thighs are tightening up. And then I want you to release the left leg down to the ground and just let everything go. Bring the right leg up to the sky. Now just the right leg back to that point and flex through the foot. And then push your heel up to the sky, flex through the foot, and then bend back, bend the knee, and then bend the left knee, and we switch sides. So take the right foot down, take the left knee in towards the chest, and hold that left foot in, extend your right leg on the ground. Now again, where would you like to hold your knee? Could be into the knee pit, could be on top of the knee. So how are you feeling? What would you like to do? You may lift the right leg off the floor, letting it hover about an inch or two. And we have our right toes pointing up towards the sky. We engage our bandha, so you may lift up through the pelvic muscles. They have that zip coming up, zip up. And have your left toes pointing up towards the sky. Take the right leg down towards the ground. Take your left leg up and give me that point and flex. Nice push through the heel. And then push, and then release, knee into the chest, the other knee into the chest, and take those, both of the knees in. Bring your legs up, back the leg up the wall, and we open up our legs into a V. Okay, now, nice opening into our inner thighs. It's like Upavishta Konasana, but of course, when we are lying down on the ground, having that support for our spine and that you can just let your legs open and not having to worry about, is my back straight? So take those legs a little bit closer to your face. So just drawing them back. And now bend through the knees and we close those legs. Take your right leg over top of the left leg. And this is eagle. So the goal is to have our knees stacked over top of each other. You can hold onto those knees. You can hold onto your ankles. And again, adding your breath. Such nice support here for our spine. A lot into the lower back. Coming out of eagle pose, we cross back to opening up our legs into a V, and then now taking your legs back to the center, and we cross the left leg up and over the right. Again, the goal is to have the knees in line with each other. Now, where would you like to hold? Your knees, you could be holding onto your ankles. So we've had a few twists already, a few compressions. Compressions always great for massaging our organs. Getting them working. Now, coming out of eagle. Now we open up the legs back into the V. And then bring the legs together, bend one knee, the other knee, take one foot, the other foot down towards the ground, taking your feet wider than the hips, back to windshield wiper knees. Where are we having our arms in line with the shoulders, turning your head the opposite way of the knees as you do that little twist. And turning your head back to the center, taking one foot and then the other foot in towards the center, extending one leg, the other leg straight. Okay, we take our arms overhead. Now, this may not work for everybody for their shoulders, so just working where it's comfortable for you. Now, I'm going to extend my arms overhead and really stretch out through my arms, stretch out through your legs, and now stretching away through your toes and through your arms. You can lift your arms off of the ground, and then with the exhale breath, we let everything release. And let go. And breathe. We do that again, and we extend out through our toes, out through our fingers. Your arms may lift off the ground, and then letting everything go. Okay, taking your arms back towards the side of the body, and bending one knee and then the other knee. Bring those arms in line with your shoulders. With an inhale breath, stretch out through your fingers with an inhale, and then exhale. Give yourself a big hug, bring your arms back. And then we pull down on those shoulders and then open up the arms again with an inhale breath. And then exhale breath, we give ourselves a big hug again. Wrap your arms opposite way. Pull down on the shoulders. Inhale, open up. Exhale, and we close. Give yourself a big hug. Oh, so nice. And opening up again, really nice feeling. And then the exhale breath. Give yourself a big hug. and then release. Release your arms down by the side. Now notice your pelvis again. Notice your feet. Are they flat down towards the floor? Feel below your feet, now wiggle your toes. And then just let your toes feel the floor. Back into a shoulder bridge here. We're lifting into our shoulder bridge. And I would like you to see if this works for you. You're gonna walk your shoulders under if you wanted to watch me, and then we're gonna hold our hips up. So you're gonna have a little bit more support. Instead of walking your shoulders under all of the way, you're gonna have your hands supporting your hips. Remember not to look around if you were in the pose. So if you need to see me at any time, please don't go into those until you're ready. Okay, so if you wanted to do the pose with me, we lift your pelvis up. Drawing your knees away from your pelvis, and then we're walking our shoulders under and we're holding those hips. And we're gonna push, we're starting to be able to push our hips up a little bit. When we have a little bit more support. And breathe. Now notice if you're pressing down onto your head, try to not knobby. Try to lift those hips up a little higher. And then with the exhale breath, we release. Release, and we take one knee, the other knee in towards the chest, and bring the legs up. And push the heels up towards the sky, into those hamstrings. Push, 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 push. And then release. Take those knees in the chest, float one foot, then the other foot down. Bringing your right arm overhead. We roll over towards the right side of our body, and then coming up out of field. And here I am. Oh, hello. That was a lot of poses when we were down on the ground. And I hope that it's really nice for you just to let our lower back and pelvis soften. Into child's pose here. And we sit up nice and tall. You do a little bit of a rocking movement, and then finding your sits bones. With an inhale, breath sitting up tall. Exhale, coming up and over. Now, child's pose, did I say child's pose? Butterfly. The first time you do it, you can come in with that rounded back. And then the next time that you do it, you can come into butterfly with a straight spine. So coming out of butterfly. So we'll try it again for next time, this time here now, with a straight spine. So lifting up, and then exhale, come up and over top. Be looking at your toes. Our shoulders releasing away from ears. Soften. Can we use our exhale breath to the shoulders soften? With the inhale, make your way back. Lovely. And exhale, rolling over to all fours. And all fours here. You may want to do a little bit of movement through your tailbone. So just wagging your tail. And we grip the mat with our finger pads so that we're not taking all that weight into the wrists. Now you can draw your bottom back towards the heels and then come forward. Draw again your bottom back towards the heels and then come forward. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog and alternate knee bends. You can step your feet closer towards your hand. And then back to all fours. Okay. And to all fours, we come into cat cow. Inhaling into cow, we draw that tailbone up and then looking up to the side. And then exhale, draw your tailbone down, cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat, nice big arch. Inhale. And then exhale, breath. Beautiful movement. Once you finish, you can come back to a neutral spine here. Now, I hope you really enjoy that movement from where we were on the floor so that it may have felt a little bit differently to you, so that you were able to move through your spine a little bit more. Okay, back into downward facing dog. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Let the head hang. Now bend through the knees and then take the knees down and let them hover about an inch or two. And we push back up to downward facing, nice and strong. Back into knees coming down towards the ground, let them hover about an inch or two. And then we push back up. We do that one more time and we take the knees down and we let them hover. And then nice push back up and feel the earth below you. And now come back into into all fours. We do a big step forward with the right hand and into the left hand to puppy pose. Take the forearms down towards the ground. Your pelvis is right over top of the knees. Let the forehead rest and we come back into that grounding. And we're also opening up through the back of our shoulders. And we've done a little bit of work. Your shoulders here already. And coming out of puppy pose back to all fours. Into threading the needle when we're here. We draw the right arm up to shoulder height and then threading the needle to the left side we go. Let the head follow so that it rests. With the inhale breath, make your way out of the twist with that too, so nice. And then we take the right hand down. Into the other side, we take the left arm up and we draw the left arm up and then threading the needle. And the head follows and it rests. And we breathe. Notice the twist again into the spine. It's a different twist, isn't it? With an inhale breath, make your move. And the exhale breath, the hand comes. Beautiful. And right, battalion. Step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand, pushing those hips up to the sky. Into three-legged dog. Remember, you can have your feet closer to your hands too. Where does it feel good for you? You can have your knees bent. Three-legged dog. Draw the balls of your feet. When you do this, we draw the right leg up towards the sky, bend through the knee. Foot is flexed. Now, turn your right knee out, and then your knees are being stacked on top of each other. And continue to open up, open. Look underneath your right armpit. And then coming out. And then holding downward facing dog. I'll just tuck my shirt. I'm sure you don't want to see my belly. And then into the other side. The left leg lifts up. Bend through the knee. Now, turn your knee out and stack it over top of the other knee. Look underneath of the left armpit. And coming out. Now, what would you like to do? Would you like to come into child's pose? Or you can be on the side of the body and just letting yourself rest here and giving your wrists a break. Just let the earth absorb you, support you, and soften. And we make our way back up for another twist. For Murichisana C, so sage pose. And for our twist here, we've definitely done lots of versions of this twist, but we come back to it where we cross the right leg over top of the left leg because we love it so much too. Okay, here we can sit up tall. You can place your left hand onto the outside of the right knee and take your right hand down and then sitting up tall and come into the twist. You may also do this, but if you want to, and also if you can get your glutes down towards the ground, or if it's, okay for you to. Okay, another version. We draw the left arm up with an inhale, and then the exhale breath, you take your elbow onto the outside, sit up tall, and then come into the twist. And we look over top, we look over the right shoulder and breathe. Inhale breath, you sit taller. Our shoulders be drawing away from the ears, shooting the energy out through our left finger. With our exhale breath, make your way out of the twist just on your own times. Don't worry, we're going to wait for you. Then you can turn, twist to the other side, and then come back. And here we are all together, uncrossing the foot. And take your left foot and cross it over top of the right. Now, remember, you can place your right hand onto the outside of the knee, and we want to sit up. With an inhale breath, you can draw your right arm up, exhale breath, elbow onto the outside of the left knee, and twist. Last part, we look over the shoulder. A really nice focus for our class 2 is with releasing our back, our lower back, especially when we do these grounding poses. Now coming out of the twist with your exhale breath, you may twist the other side and then release. And we take those legs nice and long, remove the fleshy part from your bottom. So you're in your toes and into Dandasana. Take your hands down by the side of the body, sit up nice and tall. Here we have our spine straight. You can add a little tip of the chin. And look at your big toes that are pointing up towards the sky. Shoulders release. And we lift our head up. And release your hands. Take your hands behind, bending the one knee and then the other knee. Take your feet wider than the hips, and we go back into windshield birds. And bring your legs forward. Take your left leg in front, and the right leg comes behind. Into another twist. And this is a really nice twist so we can get into our hip flexors, and sometimes they're tight. And then, of course, running into the back, it's our lower back, and then it's not the best. So let's release. And I want you to just feel yourself grounded. We move into a flowing movement before we actually are going to hold it. So doing this with me, and I would like you to follow your right fingers as you lift up. So with a nice inhale breath, we have the pelvic tilt and we draw our right arm up overhead, and then that exhale breath, we release and follow your fingers. Inhale, do the pelvic tilt and we draw up, lengthen your spine, and exhale, release. We do it one more time with an inhale, drawing up, elongate, and then the exhale breath, release. Now we all pelvic tilt. Come into the twist. Maybe you're going to feel this a little bit differently. So that since we did that nice flowing movement and felt that elongation through our spine, how we can lift up. Let your shoulders release. And breathe. With our exhale breath, come out of the twist. And into the other side. Okay, into our other side here. Inhale. We draw our left arm up and follow those fingers, and then exhale, draw it in. Follow your fingers, and now inhale, we lift up, and that pelvic tilt, and then exhale, follow your fingers down. We do this one more time. Inhale, up, and then exhale, draw down. We all, at our pelvic tilt down, we press the left hip forward, come into the twist, and our shoulders nicely soften. Coming out of the twist, release. Back to legs forward. And now opening up our legs into our V. Now here, when we did this pose, we were lying down on the ground. Now we're upright into our V, and we sit up nice and tall. And yes, we shall try to make it down with our back straight. So coming up and over. So you're going to lift up through the tailbone and add that roll and lift your hands, maybe coming in front. And notice what your chin is doing. We keep the straight spine. So we're not dropping the head or lifting too high up. And the toes pointing up towards the sky. Beautiful. Use your exhale breath to soften a little bit more into the ground. And rising with the inhale and the exhale breath. Bend through those. Taking the right foot in towards the left inner. Inhale breath, draw your right arm up. Exhale breath, come up and over top. We're going to make this a flowing movement. One more time here. Inhale, drawing up. should say one more time for you, but and exhale, draw down, lift up and over. We do it one more time for this flowing part right here. Inhale, we draw up, and then exhale, breath, draw down, come up and over top, and our chest coming over top of the left leg. We can look at our big toe. So drishti at the left big toe. We can have nose to the knee. Feel your shoulders soften. Inhale, breath, make your way back up. Keep your arm up, overhead, and then exhale, breath. Release and switch sides. With an inhale, sit up tall. Take your left arm up, and then exhale, breath, come up and over. Inhale, lift. You can follow your fingers, and then the exhale, breath, come up and over. One more time with inhale, lift. And then the exhale, breath, come up and over. Shall we hold? Okay, holding. And again, drishti at the right big toe or nose to knee. Inhale, breath, make your way back out. And the exhale, breath, releasing both legs to the front. Bending one knee and then the other knee, coming to the side, sit, and then come over to the front of your body. I'm just going to remove my cardigan so you're going to be able to see the colors a little bit better too here. So we're lying on the front of our body in prone position. Let your right cheek rest onto the ground and curl those toes. Heels, they're still pointing, they're pointing up to the sky, not turning out to the sides, because you want your feet to be active. Okay, let the right cheek rest, arms on the side of the body. In Shavasana. Now coming out of Shavasana, we turn our head and we're straight. Now we lift, draw our belly button up off the ground. Lift your arms, lift your legs up. Keep your belly button lifted towards your spine. Thumbs can be down towards the ground, pointing down, and continue to lift for locust. Lifting higher, breathing, and then exhale, release. Let the left cheek rest now here in Shavasana, and just let ourselves go. Keeping those heels again, no pointing up to the ceiling because we're still active in this pose. And breathe. Feel the earth below you. Encourage your body to soften. Tell yourself to let go. Now we turn our head and bring one arm and the other arm forward here. Okay. Now, into super person, we take one arm forward, other arm forward, into making a Y. And now we lift up again, bring your arms up, lift your legs up, and let those shoulders still be soft, and keep drawing up. And notice how it's a little bit different when your arms are overhead instead of on the side of the body. And we keep lifting up, higher, higher, and then release. Let the right cheek rest on the ground, arms by the side, back into Shavasana. turning your head, and bring one arm, the other arm forward into a version of half bow. Now bending the right knee, we hold on to that ankle with our right hand. Now we can do a pelvic tilt here. And now you're kicking your foot away as you're doing the pelvic tilt. Let the forehead rest. If this does not work for you, then you can come onto the side of the body and try it this way and do your pelvic tilt. Sometimes that is maybe just a little bit more accessible. Something that we need right now could be depending on different joints. Continue to the pelvic tilt, and then we release and let go. And then we change sides. So instead of Shavasana, changing side, the right arm comes up, bending through the left knee, hold onto the left knee. Now pelvic tilt, let the forehead rest onto your forearm. You can also come onto the side of the body again and pelvic tilt. And you're doing the pelvic tilt only on the left side as you are kicking the foot away. And then coming out, roll back. Now into full bow if you want to. We're holding on to both ankles. Draw the navel in, engage your bundas, and we lift our legs up and we kick higher. And we kick higher and higher. And then we release and back into Shavasana. And just let yourself release into the ground. Coming out of Shavasana, you can take your toes down, you bring your arms up, and you can come back into child's pose. You can uncurl the toes and sit back in the heels. And then make your way back up. Hey, we have a few more poses to do, but we're coming back to being on our back in supine. If you have your band, your strap ready to go, you can have that. You could also use a house coat tie. You don't need a strap. Also, like it's okay. You can hold on to your pants, and hold on to your pants. A dish towel works great too. So with your strap, we'll take it around. If you do have something ready to go around one foot and the other. And then we did a few of these poses already without our strap. Holding on to your strap with both hands if you do have it. And we're taking the left foot out of the strap. Take your foot down. Hold on to the strap with your right hand. Extend your left leg on the ground. Place your hand onto the left hip bone. And we take our leg out to the side, right side of our body. Open up. Into our inner thigh. Take your leg back towards the center. Hold on to your strap with your left hand. Take your right arm in line with the shoulder. Take your leg up and over the left. You may turn your head the opposite way. Take your head back to the center. Bring your leg back to the center. Okay, into the other side and take that foot back. take your foot in towards the strap and take your right foot out. Take your foot down and take straight. Okay. To the other side we go. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Take your right hand down onto the hip bone. Take your leg over to the left side. Okay, we take our leg back and hold on to the strap with your right hand. Left arm in line with your shoulder. We take our leg over now to the right side, turning it the opposite way. We've done lots of lovely twists. I'm going to check in to see how our body feels after this pose. How does our mind feel? It's still as busy. Bring it back to the center, and then the leg comes back. And take the right foot in towards the band, and we're gonna have that balance. So, and bending through the knees, remove strap, take it down to the ground, knees into the chest, and then take your one foot, other foot down. Hey, take your hands down towards the ground by the side of the body, and we're just gonna check in to see how does my pelvis feel. Does it feel a little bit more soft, loose? Opening up our eyes, we did close them, and then take the right knee, left knee into the chest, into happy baby. Turn those knees out to your armpits. You can hold on to the knee pits or your ankle outside of the feet. You may hold on to the big toes with the peace finger. You can have a little rocking movement. Always makes us feel happy. Massage into the pelvis, spine, and then hold. Take it back to the center. You can do whatever other pose or movement that you would like to do before Shavasana. When you're ready to come into Shavasana, nice and warm, you have something that you would like to put over top of your body. Blanket, of course. Please do. And it's finding stillness. You could be on your back. You may have legs straight, knees bent. Eyes. Let your body sink, release, and let go of everything that does not serve you out through your fingers, out through your toes, and you release. Feel yourself calm, feel yourself happy. slowly coming back. It's really when I know that we've been able to take this time to release and enjoy the Shavasana, feel released, to feel this calm, so precious. Now we notice sounds around us. Maybe the temperature, is it cool? Do you still feel warm? Any smells? Feeling a glow, happiness from the inside out as we do a little bit more of a shift through our body. And if you're lying down on the ground, you bend one knee and then the other knee. And taking the right arm overhead. And coming into fetal. And then rolling over to your right side for fetal and making your way up to a comfortable position for yourself. Taking our hands to our heart center. Thank you very much for joining me, sharing the practice. Letting your body, physical body, feel this settle. Your mind be calm. Namaste.